Hello, fourth and fifth graders. It is Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week and we are moving right along. Great Zoom classes. You guys are really engaged in your science week. We got a lot done. You all were excellent, even though we had some technical difficulties. We got right back on track and we were ready to go with our science week. So good work, you all. I do want to say something as far as the LMS. I know it's new for everyone. So I'm trying to give you all grace and mercy. You know, I give you all grace and mercy when it's appropriate, but I am not seeing a lot of you turning in your assignments on LMS. So I'm going to exercise grace and mercy, and I'm going to give you a chance to turn in your assignments because they need to be turned in. Now, for Bible, you don't have anything to turn in, of course, because you're reading, you're online reading, you're not turning in anything. Your math, you're not turning anything because I pull the grades from IXL. But what you're turning in is your project weeks. Like for social studies, you would turn in assignments. And for science week, you have assignment to turn in each night. And I'm just not seeing that from everyone. So like I said, I'm going to exercise grace and mercy, but I want you all to get it together and please turn in your assignments on LMS for your science work. Okay? Like I said, not all subjects require you to turn in things on LMS, but for the science projects, like last week for your social studies projects, you need to turn things in on LMS. Okay, so we're going to start with fourth graders. You're going to do your Bible. We're still on Christ folk. You're going to do Wednesday, and then you're going to go to Math E Division. Do number 6, divide 2-digit numbers by 1 digit, okay? Then you're going to do your online book. You're going to read a chapter in your online book. And then we're going back to the stages in the life cycle of plants. Now, you guys did very good on the concept of germination. I went around and talked to you all on Zoom, and you all got the concept of germination. You were excellent. So now now that you get the concept of germination, of how plants how seeds need the right environment to grow, we're going to go to the stage in the life cycle of plants and compare it to human development. So let's go over the stages of human development. Well, we have a newborn, then we have a toddler, then we have a child, then we have a teenager, then we have a young adult, then we have a middle-aged adult, then we have an elderly person. And then unfortunately the life cycle ends. Okay, so when we're doing our plant cycle, we found out that the seeds have to germinate. So the seeds come in a very immature stage and they have to develop. They develop a coating, then they begin to sprout, then they begin to become a seedling, then a sapling. This is what I mean. Compare the life cycle of a plant to the life cycle of human development. So for example, a seed can be compared to a newborn. So I have listed the stages of human development, and from your PowerPoint, our discussion today, you know the development of a plant or tree, in this case a tree, and I gave you a visual. Your video is going to show you the life cycle of a tree. So you're going to compare the life cycle of a tree to the human development, okay? And then you're going to chart. I want you to do column charts to compare. So for instance, one column for us, this is not Rona, this is something in my throat. So one chart, you'll have a seed, and then you will connect it to a newborn. Do you understand? I do want it to be column charts, okay? And if you have any questions, we'll go over it further in Zoom. And that's your day, fourth graders. Okay, so fifth graders, you have Bible, and then you're going to go to Math S, money, for divide money amounts, word problems. Then you're going to go to language arts. You're going to read your online book, a chapter in your online book. Then you're going to go to science. So we did the sedimentary rocks today. We had a good discussion on that. And then we had a great discussion on metamorphosis. So this is just to piggyback on what we already discussed. Now, metamorphosis, we know, is how rocks are changed and then are formed. They change and change and then form into a different shape. So we're going to study the metamorphic rock who has gone through the metamorphosis process, okay? So how a rock is formed. We know that the metamorphosis consists of heat and pressure. Heat and pressure, those are the two main components of metamorphism. Well, a metamorphic rock comes from that process of metamorphism. Okay, so you're going to watch a video on that. It's going to relate to what we discussed in Zoom and your PowerPoint that you had in Zoom about metamorphism. And you're going to write a descriptive paragraph on how metamorphic rocks are formed. So again, it's just going to align with what we already talked about today. Then you're going to watch a rock melting video. This is very interesting. It's a man who is doing an experiment to see which rocks will melt. So you're going to watch that video and you're going to write a paragraph about your observation. And that's your day. I do expect for that to be turned into LMS. And I will see you all on Zoom. We're going to continue our scientific discussions, and happy studying. Remember, all your work is due in on 8, and I will see you at 1 on Zoom. Bye-bye.